Welcome to the Weather Gurus podcast for January 19, 2023 on this Thursday edition. Thank you for listening. We're going to be going through the National Weather Service current hazards, the radar, as well as the Storm Prediction Center's current outlook for severe weather. Right now, we just have a bunch of snow out in the Intermountain West that's been prompting a lot of winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings here. Most of us in the Four Corners region, so if you're in south of Salt Lake City, Utah, and St. George, Utah, and the northern mountains of Arizona from Flagstaff down through the Mesa Verde, Green Verde Canyon, and high mountains north of Phoenix, over towards Colorado, south of Colorado Springs, Pueblo, down through the Sangre de Cristo Mountains of New Mexico. This is where the winter storm warnings and advisories are. And of course, I-70 extending from Salina, Kansas, Wichita, back towards the Front Range, eastern Front Range of Colorado. This is where the trouble is going to be. And also, there's some warnings in the UP of Michigan and Ironwood, in Wisconsin, Apple, Green Bay, and then over towards New England, the Adirondacks, the Hudson River Valley, Green and White Mountains of New Hampshire and Vermont, and Maine, of course. All of Maine is into the winter storm warnings and advisories along the Berkshires of Massachusetts and just to the west of Boston and the Boston Turnpike there as well. So just be look out for that. Now, also, we do have some high wind watches and advisories. There's coming in some energy that's coming into the Tennessee and Ohio valleys as well. And this energy is coming in, prompting high wind warnings and a little bit of misty rain, light rain, and as well as a little bit of light snow showers, nothing crazy, maybe 1 inch or 2 accumulation in the highest of elevations in Elkins, West Virginia, and to the western Maryland, like Deep Creek Valley Lake and Garrett County, Maryland. Otherwise, it looks clear there. So that's what we have going on. And out west in California, we do want to warn you that there is still a winter freeze warning in effect for the San Joaquin Valley, south of Fresno, north of Fresno and Modesto, and Bakersfield up to 99, and also a freeze watch in effect for some of those southern counties down there, just to the north of LA. So that's what's going on there. The radar currently shows the depiction of courtesy of the National Weather Service, some brief showers. All rain from Chicago to Cleveland to Columbus, Ohio. Rain extending again from Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia to Trenton, New Jersey, up through New York City, Hartford, Connecticut, Albany, Kingston, Ontario, back to the Adirondacks. All rain is there in place. No snow as this low pressure system winds its way through the Great Lakes right now as we speak. Out west, we have rain showers extending from Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada, through Lake Havasu City, and rain and snow showers extending from St. George, Utah, up through Salt Lake City and Ogden and Provo, Utah, and the Great Salt Lake Basin as well. And this is what we have. Clear from Oklahoma City to Dallas to Austin to San Antonio, and clear extending all the way up through the Dakotas. We have a bunch of warm pockets that's giving us average to above average temperatures for the 2/3 of the country here. There really isn't no cold Arctic air. The polar jets is way up in Manitoba, Canada, and north, and that's why we don't have this really cold air. But we do have this risk of enhanced thunderstorms. That is a 3 out of 5 on the scale of the SPS. Enhanced thunderstorms, chance for severe weather in Columbus, Dayton, Ohio, Springfield, Ohio, Kettering, Middletown, Ohio. So just to the west southwest of I-75 corridor, coming through those towns, Dayton, Piqua, Springfield, Kettering, Middletown, Columbus, Ohio, and those areas you have a slight risk of severe weather. That's a 2 out of 5 in terms of intensity. For Cleveland, Cincinnati, Akron, Parma, Canton, Ohio, and then just a marginal risk in outland areas from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back through just to the east of Fort Wayne and Indianapolis, Indiana, down through the Kentucky bluegrass of north of Lexington, Kentucky, and Corbin, and then of course over into Wheeling, West Virginia as well. So not too bad. Then there's a slight marginal risk in for the Big Bend of Florida. So if you're east of Tallahassee, Florida, Lake City, down through Crystal River, Florida, and Apalachicola, there's a slight risk, marginal risk, of some severe activity. So it looks like the garden variety thunderstorms that you typically expect in Florida, as well as the garden variety thunderstorms up in the Delmarva Peninsula. So if you're in Dover, Delaware, or Rehoboth Beach, down through Cape May, Maryland, up through Cape May, New Jersey, Atlantic City, over toward the beaches of Wildwood, and that area there is just a little low pressure system hugs the coast there as the front continues off. So there's a marginal risk. That's a 1 out of 5 on the scale from the SPC for today. Otherwise, no severe weather in the west or the Midwest or the Southwest at all as well in terms of probability. And most of these going to be garden variety thunderstorms, not more tornadic in nature. The ones in Ohio may be a little bit slightly enhanced with tornadic activity as from the brief spin ups of the rotation as the frontal system moves through or the low pressure spins through, but we don't see that currently right now. It's going to be more of a broader rotational system as we're looking at as well. So stay safe on the roads if you're coming up I-71 from Columbus to Cincinnati, or I-75 heading through Cincinnati, Dayton, up through going toward Detroit and Toledo. Be careful out there. That's where the enhanced risk of storms are at. This has been your Weather Guru report for January 19, 2023. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to this channel for more information. Thank you. Bye-bye.